Hello everybody and welcome to War Talk episode 11. Make a Feature Foundation is the title today, where we will be talking about things we would like to see in the game. Features basically, I guess, all the, we will touch on things we've talked about in earlier episodes. We'll touch on many things we haven't talked about in earlier episodes. But, go a bit deeper on, what do we want to see in War Thunder in the near future or in the long future. Just features, like things we feel would make the game we are so passionate about even better. And with me, as always, and especially just like last week, is Classypax, the picture that we replaced Adam with, and WeBe from YouTube.
Well, hello there.
And I have a question for you, WeBe, about one thing that isn't really War Thunder related, but it's related to your channel on YouTube.
Right.
I guess it's a week old. I don't know if it came up before or after we did the last episode, but what the frack is Carmageddon? To Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, that's a mod. That's a thing.
It's a mod. Okay, because I did not understand what that was.
Yes, it's a mod, and it's beautiful.
What does it do?
It makes the cars try and kill you.
Because I just saw cars flying randomly at you.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's pretty much it.
Maybe that should be a feature in War Thunder.
Well, AI tanks flying at you, knocking you across the map.
Yeah, sure. That sounds great, right?
Let's roll with it.
Like a survival mode.
Yak 37 supply truck cannon.
War Thunder Dino mode.
Well, that's some of the things you can see if you go to WeBe's channel. I'll put a link right there right now if you guys rather watch that. Just go check his videos out and not at all look at this. I also hope the volumes are okay, guys. I had to adjust my microphone during the week. At least the guys on Skype can hear me good, but I'm not sure about you guys watching. Give us some feedback if the volumes are all right. All right, Pax. Features we want into the game.
Okay, so late in the week, I went kind of through Reddit, the War Thunder forums, other media outlets, TeamSpeaks, talking with people and things like that, because it was kind of an uneventful week. I mean, obviously, the big news that just happened right now is that I guess War Thunder now just came out on the Android platform for the Shield streaming device. So that's kind of cool.
Pretty, yeah, I was shocked.
for guys playing on the go, that's kind of, I mean,
who has a Shield? Like, I mean, the NVIDIA Shield.
I don't know a single person who owns a Shield, but apparently they exist out there.
I don't know. Isn't that like a super expensive little gadget? Like it's
very expensive.
It's very expensive for an Xbox controller with a monitor attached to it. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. And you still need a PC to kind of stream to it, right? You can't really go anywhere with it. I mean, I guess it has it has some type of hardware, but basically it's supposed to be streaming as far as I know.
Yeah. I don't know the exact date. I just looked at it and I'm like, nope. But I went around basically and I made we all know the big things that people want from the game, obviously, to be fixed, or features that we really want, like bombers come to mind. But this is not to focus on the big evident ones that everyone knows about. This is to focus on like features that could be brought into the game that could truly benefit it. And these are like features that come from either ideas from different games or little things, little nooks and crannies and corners that could be rounded a little bit better, just to fine-tune the game in a sense. So I made a little bit of a list, a daunting list. A little
bit of a list? It's the longest list we've had so far.
It's a big one.
I had to scroll to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, it's a big one. And it's just a bunch of ideas, suggestions, and I like to see we can run through them. And if it's just a feature like, yep, that's kind of cool. All right, cool. And we just move on to the next one. So, I mean, this could end up being really short or really long. Who knows?
Well, I don't
either way, we'll roll with it.
Let's roll it. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice.
I mean, it's one of the things, if we don't get through it, we'll have things for another, episode where we don't have anything else to talk about.
I know. It's been a very uneventful week.
All right.
Part 2.
Do you want to go from the top, or do you want to go from the
middle? We'll go from the top, and I'll explain it if it needs to be explained, because it's very briefly. But so, First idea. In-game voice comms with a mute option. Now, I'm not talking about the squad of 4 in-game where you just talk with your squad of 4. I'm talking when you're in a game, you press tab, you see the names, everyone on the game, you have the little microphones light up and stuff like that. When they're talking, you can right-click it because that's already implemented in the game.
So you
where
want
you can right-click a guy's name and invite to squad or player stats, right? That type of that core code's in there already. Just add the codecs and audio for just microphone across the board for your whole team.
You want to have Call of Duty on Xbox. You want to have people like, "God damn it, you little froggy son of a gun!" Like, my mama is gonna.
You could just press tab, right click, and mute.
Yeah, I know.
Then,
like just like in Call of Duty.
So full team voice activated, and you could also set in the options too, where you just have no voice like usual. So if you don't like ready.
I default to turn that off in all the games. All the games that has it, I default to turn it off, like, instantly. There was actually one game I played where the developers went out with a post on release, and they're like, yeah, so you want better FPS? Turn off voice comms. It's like, what? Like, okay. But it's still... no, I actually liked the idea. I guess you wouldn't get, like, the example I mentioned there might, only be in arcade. Not so much in sim, and maybe not much at all. Not as common in realistic. I like it. I mean, just have the option there. It's a nice option to have. Definitely. Because you might, set up cool custom games and battles and cool scenarios, and, there's a lot of places for it. So, I mean, they already have it, like, for squads. So it feels like it shouldn't be that difficult to enable it for anyone.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Good one.
Fair enough. Next one. Sim Battle's back in main queue selection. Please. I had to say it.
I don't really feel that's a necessary thing. Like, I don't...
They've done it. They moved to the event section for the obvious reason of the server so they can do the daily rotation thing. But it's been there for how long now? In that time, have they done anything so that they can do daily rotation on the main server with Arcade and RB? So that we're back on that main bar of game modes. People can select it. People can stumble upon it easier.
Yeah, why
and potentially
did they move
get into
to
it.
begin with?
It's so they could do a daily rotation and they could rapidly develop different concepts off the main server of Arcade RB. On their separate event server section, which is, of course, it is updated to your progression, your progression system of your rank, whatever. But it's been there long enough. You think in that time, like, we could just get us back on the main line. I mean, like, I understand why they did it, but does that mean we're stuck there? Please don't tell me we're stuck there. Like, we're not there. Please, not permanent. It's not permanent, please.
It's like they're isolating you in a way, isn't
it?
Right?
It's just... Mini-me, move down the bench. I mean, like, it just feels like we're getting pushed. And anyway, so I don't want to dwindle on that one, but I figured that was an easy one. That was, like, more of an obvious one. And this is actually your idea I added to the list here, Scream. The Twitch selection on the launcher, like the YouTube one.
Hey!
I thought that was a good one. I mean, obviously, you already have one median on there. Why not the other one?
Yeah,
right?
I think I might still have that photo somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Next one, rewind and replay system. WeBe and I were talking about this last week.
Yes, needs to happen.
That needs to happen. Obviously, they have cool camera angles, but every now and then, if you hit that sixth camera, if you're just not lined up at the right time, you miss a bitchin' shot. So just to have that little rewind, it's just like 10 seconds. Just so you don't have to watch another 45 minutes. That would be huge.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Absolutely huge. We're going with this
especially for cinematics as well, because it's really a pain in the backside. When you've set, I'm not joking. I am so annoyed though. What they also need to fix is compatibility issues with each patch. They corrupt the files. So I recently have been doing a D-Day cinematic, right?
Oh.
There was the final 2 battle scenes where there was a battle at a crossroads and a panther and a tiger ambush, right?
Right.
One day, perfectly fine, just sitting there waiting for me to record. Patch releases, 47 minutes, corrupt.
Fucking that by the way, that suggestion's on here. I'm gonna bump down to that right now. Was that you could have a offline mode, because there's other games that do this, where they have all the patches on a list, and you can like download to that list of that certain patch. But but it's offline. You're not.
Yeah, because that sorts of problem where you can actually go in and watch the
then
replays.
People who need to grab a replay from a different patch can get it easily. I don't even care because they have the War Thunder dev version too, right? Which is the most recent patch, but not the most recent live patch, right? Of where it's like it's a prototype patch, whatever you want to call it, for their upcoming. Why can't they do that for like rollback of offline?
Yeah.
They have all those files. If they're a developer coming for a video game, they're going to have every patch available on the website for if something bad happens, they have to roll back.
They can roll it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give us an offline version so we don't mess up their server system, where we can go back if for people who are content creators, so they can go back,
really important.
get their assets back. Like, I mean, a good example of this is where you hand in the top 10 or the top 5 to these YouTubers. Or Jingles does his Mingles thing, or whatever. People submit all these videos, and by the time he gets to them, there might have been a patch, and every single one of them is no longer usable.
Yeah,
that makes it. You want to be able to go back and go through them. So I thought that was a great idea for a little.
Yeah. I found the picture. Watch War Thunder on Twitch. If you look on the stream, well, the people watching can see this. This is obviously not the launcher nowadays because we have a newer patch than 1.47. But next to live community, it would be amazing if Gaijin would add a button that just says, you know, War Thunder on Twitch, and you click that just like live community, and clicking it would bring you to the War Thunder game directory on Twitch. Like that is. I
think that's a cool idea.
Like the space is there. Like this is a Photoshop made by Wicked Mouse.
It's good.
It's just, you know, so simple, and people, you know, there's so many potential players out there that might never even doesn't even know that there's a community on Twitch that plays and streams War Thunder. I actually was poked. Do you remember we had that forum mod, Coke Spray? On.
Oh,
and,
Coke Spray,
yeah. He was on the earlier. I think he might have. No, he wasn't on when we talked about this, but he was on an earlier episode, and he saw the episode where we mentioned this, and he actually poked me on Skype. He's like, you know, like you should make a suggestion thread for that, because that would probably be like an approved suggestion. I'm like, yeah, I should get to doing that. I just need another poke. Someone poked me like tomorrow or something. But yeah. I think that's a great small passive way to support. It doesn't, like, it just tells it's a passive way to promote the fact that there is a War Thunder community live and kicking on Twitch. I mean, because considering War Thunder's, you know, plays, like, you know, what game it is and what it does, it actually has a very, very good, like, I would say it's doing very well on Twitch. Sure, you can look at other games and go like, oh, they're so much bigger, have more viewers, stuff like that. But you can look at other games who has like nobody streaming it or nobody watching it. And War Thunder is just doing very, very well, considering. Like, there's a lot of people streaming. Like, I think I was scrolling less than an hour ago. I was scrolling the War Thunder game directory. And yeah, I'm doing it right now. There's like, holy shit, like 50 channels or something streaming this game right now. Like, sure, you might not have, like, sure, there's a lot of people having, like, you know, 0 to 5 viewers, but they're streaming the game.
It's still there,
It's there for anybody who goes there who's, like, curious about, you know, who
variety.
Take a look. There's a lot of variety, a lot of different people, a lot of different gameplay. You'll see tanks, airplanes, sim, RB, arcade, anything. Whatever you want to see is there for viewing.
That's a good example. There was this one guy who had, like, he was one of those guys who was just freshly playing, you know, doing twitching for War Thunder, and he was teaching guys how to play arcade. He had like this group of like 5 kids on his Twitch, and Underpants and I were hanging out, and he was getting ready to host someone. He was going to host like one of the next top viewered ones there. I'm like, let's like screw this, Urine. Let's find someone down near the bottom. No, seriously, but find it.
Yeah, I left the thought of hosting somebody who already had a lot of viewers, like.
And we stumbled across this guy, and he was teaching these kids arcade how to fly. You know, basically just the premises of the game itself.
Yeah.
And so we hosted him, and ever since then, he's been getting some nice consistent viewers and stuff like that. He just needed that follower base has grown, but he just needed that push,
that extra push. Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, to have more people, even if they're not getting a lot of viewers, you are going to have people who don't talk to their chat, which is, well, I don't know why you're streaming then. I don't know what you're planning on getting out of this. And then there's other people who are actually actually pretty good to watch or even interact with and get to know. But they just need that in that little. It's like, hey guys, check him out. You may or may not like him. You decide. And then boom, all of a sudden they stumble across them. So yeah, the more people that are streaming, the better. The better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I just for any game developer to see a lot of people wanting to stream your game is just really strong, or a good intent. Good. What is it like? It shows you that there's people who enjoy your game so much they're gonna like sit there and stream it and showcase it to other people. Doesn't matter how many viewers they get. Just the fact that people who wants to showcase your game for people means you have, a very healthy following, player base, community. Because Twitch is its own little community. Like it's like a sub community to the big one. Yeah. So I think that's really cool. I guess to add to this then, like the thing I put at the bottom of our list, I'll just go back to our normal overlay thing. Was I wrote Sins of a Dark Age, which was just for me to remember. Sins of a Dark Age is a MOBA that came out. It's not competing with Dota or those. It's, in my opinion, it's definitely one of the better MOBAs, more interesting ones. But they did an amazing thing. Like, they did an amazing thing for Twitch. So what they did was that you start up the game, and they have, Twitch integration, but they don't have this one where you can stream through the game, because you use OBS or XSplit for that. But you can log in on your Twitch account in the game, and what that does is it opens a chat window, a chat tab. You actually get your Twitch chat in-game. So for people with one monitor, you can still see your Twitch chat when playing the game with just one monitor. Like, it's in the game, it's in the top left corner. It will show up if somebody types something there. And you can, I think it's Shift J or something to type something back as your channel name.
Kind of like the PlayStation guys have.
Yeah. But it doesn't take up that extra space. People are still watching your streaming full screen if you're doing, because you're doing it through OBS or XSplit still. You don't stream through the game. And then here's the kicker. So this game has you get like rewards. Think of it as War Thunder has these battle trophies that is kind of like a chest that you open and you get something. This game has that too, because in this game you can craft content, like you can craft skins, weapons, stuff like that for your characters. So you if you're lucky in a game, you'll get like a chest, and you open that and it will have maybe a recipe to craft a skin or something like that, right? And
right.
So that's in-game stuff, just like War Thunder has in-game chests. So what this game does is that if you have, I think they set the limit to you only need 10 viewers, where at least 2 of them have to have started up the game and logged in on their Twitch account, so that the game recognizes that they are players. Okay, then you can do a giveaway every hour through the game. Like, anyone who streams the game can do a giveaway for these in-game chests.
Okay.
And the more viewers you have, the better the chest is. But it's still a random what's in the chest. But you have like a, if you're a channel with 50 viewers, you'll give away a chest that might have a higher chance containing a recipe for a skin. If you have the base, 10, then you'll have the starter chest, as they call it, which contains the stuff you need to make the skins and stuff like that. So it's automatic. Like, there's no involvement from the devs. They just put that in their game, so anybody who wants to stream it can do giveaways. Like, it's not they don't actively promote it anywhere. Just like they added that as a feature. So anybody who streams the game who gets 10 viewers, where at least 2 people are watching it, playing the game. So it's actually only the 2 people. Only the people logged into the game are eligible in the giveaway. But it encourages the other people who aren't to freaking get the game and just log into the game, right? Like, it just encourages people to get the game. And it's free to play. And War Thunder is free to play. So that's a feature I would love to see. Just give away one of these, battle chests once every hour for any person who streams the game. Just log in through Twitch in the game and just have that as a feature. It will promote more people to stream, and it will promote maybe even more people to actually go to Twitch to take part in the Twitch community, because they then have a chance to be winning these battle trophies by just watching streams, right? I think that's a great feature for streamers and for Twitch. Like, that's just a very good way to to promote the Twitch community to be active in your and involved in your game. I think that's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree.
It's
I think that's
under
pretty
what
cool
I
idea.
think is a passive. It's a passive way of promoting people streaming, and it doesn't. And it rewards anyone. You know, sure, you needed. I think you needed. I think 10 viewers at least, but still, like it's that's something. Like a lot of people can get to 10 viewers, especially in War Thunder. So I like that feature. What do you guys think? Does it sound like something good?
I think that's an awesome idea. Yeah.
I was actually mind blown when I saw it in that game. I was like, holy shit.
As long as I'm not a big, I'd be a little questionable about the ones of where the more viewers you have, the bigger the prize is, because then you're always going to have podium people, and then why would you even bother going to people with barely any viewers, right? Yeah. I'm a little nervous about stuff like that.
But at the same time,
it just makes starting off impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I see. So what you mean is that like if a channel who has like 50
you were talking
or
about
100
that,
viewers.
Yeah, you were talking about that other game of where the chests escalated depending on how many viewers
they
you
have 3 or 4 levels. So if you have, I think it's 10 viewers, and I think at 25 it's a slightly better chest. At 50, I think it gets even better, and then I think it's 150 to get the best one.
I'm a little nervous about that idea. I wouldn't know how that would pan out, but besides that, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean, I it's giveaways in itself is one of those things where some people go like, he's putting giveaway in his title. With this you don't really need to. Like, people will just know there's, any channel who streams this game basically does a giveaway every hour to those who are playing the game, and you'll get rewarded. It's I just thought it was cool. Like, first of all, the fact
it's an activity prize is what it is.
Yeah, basically it rewards people who take part, are active, and pretty much who likes the game. Like, if you don't really like the game, you obviously wouldn't get log into the game to be part of this. But when I saw this, unfortunately for a game that it doesn't look like it's doing very well, that particular game, but the feature to me was like, wow, why haven't I seen this in more games? Why haven't I seen other developers do this? It was one of these, just wow. I was impressed that they thought about it, and it's something that I wish more developers would do, because it would increase their presence on Twitch automatically without much effort, and it would just reward people. I don't know, I like that rewarding part. And sure, like you said there, Pax, like, I guess a lot of people would run to the big channels because they have a bigger prize, but you also have less of a chance of winning there, right? You have a less chance of winning, because in the channels that maybe only reached 12, 15 viewers, then who had the lowest chest, maybe only 5 of those were logged in. In 1 in 5 every hour. Like, I saw people winning twice in a row on those channels. Like, people were getting very lucky, and like, so then you get 2 lower chests, but you get more stuff overall. I don't know. It's a balance, but cool feature that I really, really would like in more games overall. Just basically in more games. Especially
I think it's a good idea because it rewards the community for actually streaming it as well, in a way. So it doesn't only just promote the game more, but it kind of builds up a community in itself. So, and
those who win these chests, especially in War Thunder, where it's like boosters, again, like these boosters. What's the other name? The wagers. It promotes people to then jump into the game and play more.
Yeah.
So overall, easy to do. I'm assuming I don't know how difficult it is, but seeing as this developer could do it, I feel definitely Gaijin could do it. I mean, they already have Twitch working in their game in one way, which is that you actually can stream the game from within. So I feel it shouldn't be that far-fetched to at least get something like that, especially now that they have these chests. It would be something. I would love that. Come on, Gaijin.
I think it'd be good. Yeah, I really do.
So that's that. All right.
Cool. All right. Next thing: altitude callouts with location callouts. When you call out and do like the T42 or the T41 or whatever, it'll say your grid, but also your altitude.
I think that's a good idea because at least that way, you can see B57 Canberra spotted at 18,000 feet. When
I'm in a dogfight and I call out a cover me, that's just 3 buttons, T42, or voice attack, I just say cover me and it does it automatically. But then all of a sudden people are scanning for me and they're looking and they don't know whether to look high, like 5,000 meters, or right down a deck. They don't know where to look. And so if I'm in the middle trying to get out of this situation, I'm not going to be trying to like enter 3000 meters, you know, try to like type out with 3,000 meters.
I actually thought they already had that in. I actually
no,
thought
they don't.
I just don't use those call-outs very much.
They're
The only one I use
important
is
in
the only
Sim.
one I use. Yeah, I understand that, but the only ones I use is you know, somebody attack that motherfracker, or I'm attacking that motherfracker.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I figured it'd be pretty
I don't use them at
simplistic.
all.
You don't use them at all?
He doesn't
don't
play
use
with
them at
people.
all.
He just plays himself. Yeah, so.
No, I just play with my squad constantly. So,
Yeah, so I guess
no.
if you're on TeamSpeak, then I guess you don't really need those.
I call them out anyways, even if I'm playing with squad mates, because then some other random Joe might be even closer and help you out quicker. So
Yeah, I guess.
give them the opportunity to try, right? What's the harm in that?
I actually thought it was
trust them.
already in, so that's something that seems like, why isn't it there? Like when you call out, hey, somebody attack that guy. Maybe he's on this maybe the altitude should just be incorporated there. You know, like what altitude is that guy you're actually asking someone to attack, right?
Right.
Because you're obviously spotting him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, not just spotting. It's more like yourself. It's when I'm talking about like when you're calling out the location. It's your location.
Oh yeah.
This is a cover me, follow me thing I'm talking about. Of where follow me means, you know, I'm here, come join me, and I got something obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Or cover me means, oh no, something's following
If
me.
it was real
come get
life,
rid of 'em.
wouldn't they include the altitude? Like.
Why? Yeah,
Yeah,
they would.
right.
They
Yeah.
would. They would. They would give you not just where you are. They would also give you your heading and your altitude, so they know which way you're going. So they can counter it and get around it. But yeah, so I figured. I mean, come on, like just add it, just get it done with. Here's one I like. This is for communication for mix mode and also for subtlety. Tank smoke / flares.
I think isn't that going to be coming in soon anyway? They said.
I was gonna
Did
say
they?
that. I think it's on.
I believe they did. Yeah,
I might have missed
on
that.
its way.
Well,
It's on its
I
way,
haven't
think.
seen the thing, but it's one of those things where, you know, you see some tanks have the, you know, the graphic, like it's
will be modeled.
It is modeled
Like,
in the sense
certain
that
tanks had smoke shells where they shot a smoke shell.
Yeah.
Other
Oh,
tanks
most
had
tanks did.
yeah, and then they also have some of them have those like little chaffers on top of it, like little tubes.
Yeah,
that
the
just launch
Tiger
out
and
smoke
stuff like
grenades.
that, yeah.
That just put a smoke cloud around the tank, and then the tank can reverse and leave that smoke cloud like Houdini, you know. Haha, now I'm gone, you know, like that type of thing.
yeah.
But and then
That's what I
also
mean.
flares, and I'm talking like you shoot a flare directly up in the air for the airplanes to see where you're at. Like, where are you? You know, and then you can shoot up like a little red flare to signal the planes where you're at.
Really?
I don't know if that'd
I
be
think
kind of
it'd
cool.
be
It's just
cool.
an idea. It's just an idea. It's just ideas. And then
Well, if
with
it
the planes,
existed, it's one of those where
it's-
if it
this is
didn't-
visual signatures. And then, for example, to go with this would be planes. Planes have landing lights on the ends of their wings for lead landings. Instead of smoke for planes, which makes no sense.
Wait.
Like warplanes don't like have these.
Hey,
Anyways, you can blink your lights. You can blink your lights to talk to the people
All right.
and give out your location.
Morse code.
Well, kind of, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like,
I'd
you know,
like to
is that you?
see,
Like, you flash your lights real quickly. Ah, it's you, okay.
I would like to see
In night
spotlights on
battles, that
tanks
would
as
make
well.
sense.
Yeah, spotlights on tank, because they do have them. It'll be love to blink them, especially now that they're incorporating night maps more often. The night maps
I
have been
also
popping up a
I
lot
would
more often.
really like to see if we can get spotlights on tanks and also the Panther 2's night vision.
Oh, yeah. That I got something about that in this list. We're going to get to it. Don't you worry. It's about that. It's about that.
Yay!
Yeah. Proper reflection sights. In War Thunder, when you're looking in cockpit mode, this sight that you're looking through is stuck at 300 meters, the size of it. Now, of course, you can change your vertical targeting, your distance, your cross vector's distance, but the reflector sight is not scaling with it. When you actually do that thing, the sight gets bigger and smaller. The point of it is when you dial in your distances with a scope or your reflector sight, is that the size of that circle changes because that's how far he is when the plane fills the reticle. Is the idea behind a reflex scope. The idea is that when you select your range, it'll change the scale of the reflector sight and actually model it properly.
correctly, accurately, sort of thing. So you can do those long range shots if you need to, sort of thing.
I mean, yeah. Then the actual reflector sight is like once that plane fills that sight, he's at that distance.
Yeah.
So that's basically the premises. And no, I wasn't dissing on plane smoke.
He doesn't want them to remove the aerobatic air smoke. You can
keep it. You can keep it.
I mean, we're not talking about removing anything. It's just adding,
features.
Adding something more.
I mean, personally, I think landing lights and spotlights, they seem so insignificant, but they're actually really, really important. Really important. Because I don't know if you guys have ever tried going through a cloud layer, at night time, but it's not exactly. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Because obviously, when you're in a cloud and it's dark, the lights are literally going to make the entire cloud light up, aren't they? If you've seen the way it does it in
real life.
Volumetric. Oh, so man. Can you imagine volumetric light going through a cloud?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It'd be taxing for some people, but
especially for NVIDIA Shield, it would be
my
really.
My nipples are getting hard. Just thinking.
Yeah, but
about
NVIDIA Shield wouldn't be able to coop.
Shield. Well, that's just a streaming device. But yeah, no. There's so much opportunity with just non-verbal communication you can do with these things. So good.
I'd definitely like to see. I know it's not really that important, and I haven't really thought about how they would implement it properly. But I'd like to see radios. I really would.
Like
maybe like a super sim mode or sort of thing. Super sim.
You know, a game does that.
Let's make it.
There's a mod for Psycho88. He was on this podcast before. He got me into this. Well, he gave me all these mods here for this Arma 3 game called Tactical BF.
Yeah, it's not unique for that. Mumble is the VoIP that you use, right? Yeah.
No, you use TeamSpeak for this. Actually,
really? Because Mumble is
TeamSpeak, but it's a plugin, isn't it? That the game runs through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You join a TeamSpeak server that's designated for that game, that mod, and you don't switch channels. But then you go into the game, you join one of these servers for that mod. It'll pop you down into the respective channel.
Yep.
And then what it does is it simulates in distance. So if you start talking, people in here distance will hear you.
You can hear them how far they are.
And you can change yourself to whisper so that bubble's smaller, or yelling so the bubble's louder. And then they have radios inside the game of where you can change channels.
Yeah, I'm so glad you experienced this, Pax. This is super. This is way before Arma 3. This was in Project Reality in Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
This is not new.
Project Reality is the most famous one for it.
Yeah, that's the one who made it famous, and they used Mumble for it. That was basically what made Mumble popular.
What was it? It was an Arma 2 mod. It's a very, very famous one. Acre. Thank you. Acre.
Yeah.
Arma 2 Acre mod. That's it. Yeah.
And then you can steal the enemies' radios, and if their channel's on that channel, then you can listen on the enemy accounts. Yeah. Really cool. I don't know how that would work in War Thunder. I mean, like, it'd need to have a radio effect over, like Elite Dangerous. The new one has like a built-in effect system on their in-game radio system. It makes it sound like it's staticky and breaking up.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat for War Thunder, I guess, because they do have radios in their planes, most of them, except for like really low.
Also, I know it sounds really bad, but can they fix the announcers, please?
The announcers?
Please. I'm sure you know about this, Classypax, but it's kind of you know what I'm going on about, don't you?
Never. No, I know what you're talking about.
What announcers?
You're playing on the German team. There's one over there. In American accent.
You got a hole in your leg. I mean, yeah, they're. It's like, are they over there? Never. Like, what do you mean never? That's not like the right word to use. I mean, there's.
Oh, you mean when people do those radio commands?
It's not just that, but it'd be neat to have like native languages.
They need nation-specific.
No shit, really. I would like it to be like, if you're flying German and you do these radio commands or whatever, it should be in German, please.
Achtung, Spitfire!
yes,
exactly.
Yes, please.
Exactly.
Yes, I would like that.
Spend a little money, get some voice actors in for the weekend, and get it done.
Hey, you don't need that many. They don't need to be that good.
You need 5.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I reckon it could be done. I reckon the community could do it mod-wise.
I could do the Swedish ones.
Absolutely, WeBe.
Of course, the community could do it.
If they would let us play with sound in the game, all the guns would be done.
No, I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure there's a way of doing
In the
it.
SDK,
I've
you
never seen
probably
one yet.
can.
I've never seen a sound pack mod yet.
You have to work out what they use to unpack the files, but if you did that, you would be able to do it. I'm sure.
It's
Somebody
also about whether there's anybody who wants to do it.
Somebody post something about how to change audio files that you can go online and still use them, because then I'd be on that like white on rice. I mean, I would be in there already changing the gun sounds. I would change that.
What?
I would change that.
Oh, gun sounds.
Yeah. No, everything. I've done voiceover packs for mods before. I've done a complete overhaul of the Meta Wars series myself. I did a complete US line. I'll do it. I don't care. I mean, I'll do it to fix it.
I just pictured the amount of time you spent doing that, and I'm amazed.
I recorded 500 audio files.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
But anyways, I think So I think we all unanimously agree that they could definitely use a boost in the audio department.
Obviously, it would have to be myself, Squire, and Jingles voice the English actors. You know, come on.
No, the English. What? No, he should be the British.
You know, we've got to be the. You know, in the Battle of Britain event, it will be cover me. It'll be cover me, old chap. You know.
Right.
Keep weaving, keep weaving.
Just minutes. Watch out, enemy flying coming in.
Oh, god damn it. What the fuck?
But anyways, so I think we all agree. Audio department could use a revamp, or at least
they could use packs. They could use you. That's basically
they'll use WeBe. They'll use WeBe. You might if you're gonna be talking from across the pond, you might as well be from across the pond, right? We are Commonwealth. I'll give them that. And we all love the Queen. All that good shit. Loonies and Toonies.
Oh god.
So next one. This one is for mixed mode. This is so that you can. The idea behind this is that you can actually coordinate via grid with ground forces. This is scaled grid locations. So this might be a bit. This is hard to explain here. I'm trying to see if you can follow with me. So you know how grids work, right? You got numerical, alphabetical down the sides. You know, A2 or B2, for example, right? And then you line up that grid that you're in. Now, when you're in a plane, you see these grids: the A2, B3, D4. Right? You're with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in tanks.
It's a lot different. Yeah.
It's because obviously you're working in a smaller portion of the map. The way that it would be broken up for them is that, let's say, a good majority of the map is for tanks is in D4. Let's use this as an example, D4. And it's kind of the center of the map. When you're in tanks down below, you're in this big grid, but the grid is then quadranted up into smaller grids, like a 6 across and 6 down. So then it becomes cubed within it.
Right.
So if you're in D4, the big grid is a tank, but you're in a particular area of it, for example, it'd be broken up so that while you're in D4, you could be in like D1, DA4A or DB4C, where it'd be broken up basically so it's grids within that larger grid that the tank would see because of his scaling. And if he was to call out, for example, that he's in D4 or DB4B, which is within that big that D4 grid, then the plane knows approximately where he's at. Because
so basically, what you're saying for obviously in tanks, it's going to be a lot scaled down because you're in a smaller environment. But if you're flying in an aircraft, it would be grid D4. But within that grid would be multiple mini grids, and it would be D4B2 sort of thing. So you know exactly where he is within that D sector.
Exactly. Now, as a plane, you would not be able to see these subgrids. You wouldn't see them, but you know where he's at. Because if you had the subgrids, I mean, the map would look like a gigantic line of waffle lines. You could
maybe you have like
see
the main grids in a potent black, but maybe as an option to maybe zoom into the map.
Yes, exactly.
Something like that.
You could either scale it, or you at least once you see those two primary numbers and then a secondary beside it, you can quadrant yourself. If he's in like D C 4C, you know he's somewhere near the center of D4.
What I would like to see is also, while we've thought of that, I just thought, well, this is quite a good idea. I would like to see a map system like Arma 2 or Arma 3 where you can write on the map.
Draw on map, grids, waypoints, letters, and stuff. Yeah.
Enemy
draw
last
penises.
sighted here,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
But
you know?
but okay, isn't that where you get to the point where you wouldn't be able to do that realistically? Like you wouldn't be able to do that and show that to your your wingmate because he's in another plane and that technology
no,
didn't exist.
It's done on channels.
As much-
channels.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like do it in the same way. Just press tab, change it so it's within squad, team, all.
How many of you guys have used that War Thunder website IP that connects to your game?
Huh?
No.
What? Oh my goodness! I'm gonna put this in chat.
What worth on a website? No, but you were talking about you wanted to be able to draw something on the map and have your teammates see it. But I'm saying that's unrealistic because in World War II they weren't able to do that.
Well, if we're gonna do the whole realism jazz here, they had a flight path before they took off.
Yes, but
Yeah, sure,
what I'm
but-
saying is, at least that way it kind of promotes teamwork a bit more. Kind of. Communication-wise, it's a
Wait,
lot better.
really? If you're in game, this is like so. If I put that in my browser when in game, I will get the.
You will get your game as a map.
What
The
happens if I
map
click
will
it now? I'm scared.
Nothing. Nothing happens. It's just
Nothing. All right, cool. Because then I can. All right.
And what that is basically you can have your mini map on a secondary screen. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, for them to incorporate a draw program on top of that.
Does it update automatically? Like I'll just keep it open, and then if a game starts, I'll get something there.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with penises on the map.
The penises.
The penises on the map is
I
nothing.
don't know. In Arma 2, it seems all right, but then again, Arma 2, not many people play it because it's too complicated for them.
The few people who do doesn't want to draw penises.
It appears that It appears that War Thunder sound designs are done in Fmod, an older version which is available as a free download. Thank you, Reese. How do you bookmark?
Time to change sounds.
How do you bookmark Reddit posts or save them?
You click on the if you see a Reddit post you like, you just go on the
Save.
click on comment, and now if you want to bookmark, well, you have a browser, right? You just if it's Chrome, it's the star at the far end on the right side of the URL.
I'll hit the star. There, it's got a gold sticker now.
Yep.
Okay, cool. But no, that's a link to it. Yay! Thank you, Reese. Thank you.
What did you get?
I got a link to a Reddit post about Fmod, which is the older version of a sound converter for the game, so you can have custom sounds. Boom, there is the bam, 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 cover me. Okay, so yep, we unanimously agree that obviously there could be some cool things they could do with the map for coordination of your locations, because obviously the scaling, and you can coordinate with people. Like I'm gonna go with my bomber here, and show the route you're gonna take. So when they say, cover me or whatever, you kind of have an idea what route he's going to be going. That'd be kind of cool. There's potential for abuse. I mean, if it's only done with your squad, maybe that'd be good. If it's like the whole team, you might get some guys in there just like drawing shit all over it and completely covering.
You know what I'd do if you could do it in all chat? I'd do what I do as a commander on CTI for Arma 2. I don't know if any of you have played that game though, but basically it's two sides up against each other, and the commander has to tell his troops where to go. But it's quite fun when you put down false information in all chat, telling them where your base supposedly is and where your units supposedly are, and set up ambushes. That's quite fun. Because they get pissed off because oh my god, they're over there. Everyone rush it, and then there's just a load of tanks waiting for them. So
Good point. Yeah, but don't go here. Uh-oh.
Let's not tell them we are here.
well, it's because you make it look real. Like you've accidentally put it down in all chat.
Yeah.
So, and then they believe it, and then they go there, and it's like, oh bugger.
Oh, bugger me.
I say, it looks like we're in a spot of trouble, old boy.
And then there's also a tactical map for War Thunder on the Google Play as well that was just linked by Wicked Mouse.
Yeah,
so there's
isn't that the worth? Wait, what the fuck? No, that's not it.
This is I don't even know what that is. I've never seen it, but this is cool. Like a lot of these things actually kind of exist
War
almost.
Thunder tactical map.
Oh, Thunderbar.
This is unofficial.
Unofficial, but cool. It's probably, that's what it is. It's probably that IP that I gave you there for your War Thunder thing. and then some guy just made an app of where you can draw over top of the game, or do
For
whatever.
app to connect, you need to be on the same network as your computer in order to know your local IP address. How to...
Yep, that sounds just like the IP website. Boom, someone did it. Cool.
That's hilarious.
It's not. Yeah, it's third party. It's someone else.
If that works, if that works in RB and you can see where the enemy is and where they're flying.
Doesn't. It doesn't work like that.
God damn it!
It pulls the information of your game, so you don't get any advantages.
It almost sounded like a cheat. I was almost like, this is too good.
It's not.
This is too good.
Too good. A cheat good. Straight.
No, I mean, in RB when you're like, where is the last enemy airplane? Let's look.
Here's the next one. Dive sirens, Jericho's trumpets.
Oh, stupid.
And instead of the big ass flashing red letters, your gear and your flaps, I would love it if they would incorporate the over-G sirens in your cockpit for certain planes that had it, where the cockpit horn would go
over-G.
Yeah, over-G.
Over-G.
Over-G. I would love it if they would actually incorporate cockpit horns, warning sounds within your cockpit, the planes that had it.
Okay, but then obviously with the F mod, I would change it to like doodaloo doo doo doodaloo doo doo doo.
Because
Obviously, that would
you
do the
can.
Skype call sound. Boop, 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 boop.
All right. I have a YouTube video for this. The face when Adam discovers the sirens on the Stuka, because he didn't believe that it existed or that it had it. I'm just gonna link it to people.
Pause music for a second.
What a little scrub lord.
It's there. I just had to go find it when you mentioned this thing, because he's like, okay, pause music, like yeah, the face, the look on his face when he hears the Stuka. I guess I could actually put this on the stream quickly for people to watch. Yeah, I'll do that because it relates to the topic at hand. I'll just do this, add screen region, do something like this. I guess this is basically it. Yep, I managed to do that perfectly. Well, something like that. And here we go, watching it on stream.
Pause music for a second. I want to hear it.
Do you guys see?
That is amazing.
Oh, jeez.
And I think I was doing it in RB2. He just broke off all his things as he was diving too fast.
Alright, so confirmed, it probably was the wheels that were making the noise, because now that they've fallen off, they're not.
And then if you guys listen to it, then it says like, okay, confirm, it was probably the wheels that was doing it, because now that they fell off, it's not doing it anymore.
Oh yeah, they attach the sirens
thing,
to the legs.
Yeah. It's just the face is funny, but yeah. So is that what you're talking about? Like, is that one is still in the game, right?
On the one particular model, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
Yeah, I never fly this plane ever. Like, it doesn't happen.
I'd have to recheck and make sure, but not all of them have it, which I wish they did.
You know what annoys me more about that though? It's the fact that tanks don't hear that siren.
That too.
Oh, so it's only like
It's client side.
It's client. It's pure client. No one else hears it, which is totally defeats the purpose of it, because it was supposed to strike terror into the enemy. That was the point.
I would be scared as fuck, man, if I heard that in a tank.
It's just like the bomb whistle. When you hear that bomb whistle, you're like, oh no! It's cool. It adds a fear factor to the game.
Dude, it adds such a fear factor. It's way better than
Can
a
you
television
imagine?
show.
Also, sorry, I just thought of something. They need to improve sounds big time. I can't remember what the technical term for it is, but when a plane gets louder and quieter and changes pitch as it goes past. I can't remember what it's called. Because at the moment, all it is just vroom. It's just a sound file. There isn't actually dedicated distance
Directional audio
sound.
or whatever.
Yeah,
The Doppler effect.
Doppler effect. Thanks.
That Ike 444 said
I was
that.
actually thinking about should I say that, but I didn't want to say it and sound be dumb and wrong. But okay.
Thanks, Ike.
It needs to happen soon because it annoys me.
Now
big
everybody's
time.
Doppler effect. Too many people watched Big Bang Theory. Yeah, there's a few episodes.
Or they're physics majors.
No, they watched.
No, it's smart.
No one's smart. I watch television. It's but I mean, okay. So you're saying it's actually not in? Are you sure it's not in the game? Are you sure
it's not in game?
It's just an audio file.
Because it feels like you can hear.
It's the lazy way of doing things.
It's a fixed audio file. You get in proximity, and then it plays the file. Does that make sense?
I guess.
It's really, really. I find that so, because, you know, I wouldn't need to redo all the sounds on my aircraft cinematics if that sound was already in. Literally, for every single cinematic I do, I mute the War Thunder audio. Every single sound in it is my own. Yeah.
Wow.
Just get an airplane sound pack of audio files and just pop them in zooms and vrooms and engines.
Zooms and vroom.
Well, it's true. It's so much easier to do that instead of fighting against. Because sometimes we do the replay, because it also depends on where your camera is too. If you're doing like a really good zoom shot, you're getting like none of the audio. You're hearing like this weird punk flack in the distance or something that you're near, compared to what you're focused on. And if the camera's close, then you hear everything. So it's just a bitch to fight with. You're better off putting in your own audio. Like I'm with WeBe on this one. It just doesn't make any sense the way they did it.
Or edit your own audio files.
Well, no. The Doppler effect would be not just editing files. We're talking.
That's technology. That's technology.
You're talking about
that's in engine. That's in engine.
Yeah. You'd have to actually like have it so that it's attached to your player
aircraft
location exactly, and then other people when you get into that proximity, it's using an amplification system of where it's gonna, and then it'd be so tough to calculate. Because
not really. Because I mean, the way I think of it, they could do it slightly easier. Obviously, I'm not that far into my games development. I only do concept design and stuff at the moment. But surely, if they had, say you had a bomber, okay, and bombers are pretty loud. I'm using that for an example because they're loud. What if instead of this, whole detection thing, what if it was a bubble? So, like before, you said, okay, it's proximity based, but obviously
they could do this client side, so it wouldn't affect anybody. I mean, it's obviously it's audio for you, right? And I'm with you. I'm with you on this.
So obviously,
makes sense.
It would be unknown, like a mile to mile bubble sort of thing. And then obviously, as you get closer, it'll change pitch and get louder and stuff like that.
Now, technically, it's funny about this all is that if you're actually in a cockpit of a plane, something like that, it's so loud in there you can't really hear other planes. I mean, the only time you ever know when you're getting shot at is it sounds like someone's throwing gravel on a tin roof, and that's bullets hitting your plane really hard and loud. I mean, it's not to be like it's a cool idea because Warthog doesn't really care about the audio when it comes to like authenticity. Like if you play any other combat sim, you hear almost nothing besides your plane. And then when you're getting shot, all of a sudden you're bunk, bunk, and you're hearing like this metal getting bashed. And then that's when you know you have someone on your six, if you didn't check visually. But for like War Thunder, like it's much more. It's a light sim. It's a cinematic game. It's got a lot of cool action. For a game like this, awesome. That would make a lot of sense. The system you're talking about, the bubble system where you come into it, and then it changes the sound according to this location.
Also, that then brings me on to engine sounds need to be changed.
Yeah, Sky Bearcat in Twitch chat is linking to a YouTube video, and he wants proper jet sounds that are unique to every jet.
Well, it's not just that. I want Merlins. I'm sorry. I just
tell a
Spitfire Mark 1 all the way up to the Griffins. You need those Merlin engines. I'm sorry, and the 109. You need the 109 engine as well.
Right,
because that's fine. Have those two, and I'm happy. My Battle of Britain events, I'll be really happy with that.
Anyways, it's a halfway scream if you want to do the little break thing, and then we'll get to the jingles.
Definitely. All right, guys. We'll continue with features that we want to have in the game after a 5-minute break, and we'll definitely also be taking a look at.
Wait. Before you go, what would your viewers like to see an early access of the cinematic that's coming up on June 6th?
Oh shit! I was gonna ask you if we could show that. We could show that when we get back. We could all look at it.
Yeah, if you want that,
I can all look at it.
I can do that for you.
No, but I
Yeah,
have the
I can
link.
do that for you.
Like we could look at it on the podcast. Like I could
If
show
you
it.
want to.
All right. So, all right, two things. The major one being Jingles Watch. We'll take a look at his one of his great costumes when he cosplays. He was at Comic Con. He loves Star Wars, as you've seen before. As well as we'll take a look at the first, what was it, 4 minutes? First 4 minutes of.
No, well, I've got the official, proper done version now, which I can show you. So
I'm jealous. I haven't seen that one.
I'll give you that one.
All right,
In a minute.
All right. So how long is that one? 30 minutes.
It's 5 minutes because,
That won't
as I
take
said,
That's
the two files corrupted, so
fair,
I'm short
fair.
on footage. So
All right, we'll take a first look at what is to be a upcoming cinematic, fan-made cinematic, made within War Thunder, I guess. All right, we'll talk about that when we get back. 5-minute break, guys. We'll be back after that. What
Someone's
the hell?
pissy.
That cat sound. Was that the siren on the Stuka? What the fuck? Oh shit! That cat. The look of that. Like, dude, what are you doing to that cat? Is that the Doppler effect? Like,
Scary mitten.
Could you explain the Doppler effect there? Like,
That's the Doppler effect.
as the cat is passing by,
That was cool on the stream.
you
as
can
well.
clearly hear the Doppler effect. Oh god.
Yeah, that's the true Kettler effect.
Kettler effect.
Oh, sorry guys. No animals were harmed during this recording.
He's not harmed. He's just confused.
So-
He's just like, why? I was getting petted. Why?
Oh, that's funny. And as always, the Jingles Watch. This week brought to us by WeBe.
Yes, last minute.
Who managed to find this this photo of him. There we go, showing it right now. Which, because he's a big Star Wars fan, as we know, he was at Comic-Con wearing Star Wars costumes all over the place. Is this from where's this from? Like, this is him in a Yoda costume?
Yeah, this is him in a Yoda costume. Obviously, we all know that he's a big Star Wars fan, so I think he suits the part perfectly.
Oh, dude, this,
You know?
I mean, he actually makes Yoda look even better, because I don't think Yoda wears glasses in the movies, and here he does. Like, this is a great, take on Yoda, I feel. Like, Yoda with glasses. So, like, I expect this from Disney now in the next movie.
Look good, he does.
And that's probably his natural hair too, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
that's how I'm gonna look, 30 years from now. I bet. Oh god, it's like a look in the future. That's amazing stuff though. Like, I really like Star Wars. I didn't know Jingles was a Star Wars fan until I actually watched the video where he was talking about the costumes he was gonna wear at Comic-Con. So, Go Jingles.
Go Jingles! Go Jingles.
And, as an unplanned feature, let's remove the Jingles Watch. Alright, as an unplanned feature, I'm actually going to move this, I'm just going to make this smaller so I can add this with less effort. We're going to take a look at, alright, so what is the name of your upcoming movie?
Okay, so basically, in celebration of the June 6th D-Day landings coming up, I decided to make a very, very short 5-minute movie about the initial D-Day beachhead attack and taking the town. It was planned that there was going to be also a crossroads scene, but War Thunder said no and corrupted all the replay files. So thank you very much, guys.
But this isn't the complete one, right?
No, it is now.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Yeah. I was expecting a 10-minute long cinematic. I got 5 minutes. Thank you, guys. Yep. Totally appreciate
I
it.
bet you really wish Gaijin had amphibious vehicle styles like the Shermans with the snorkels.
Oh, dude, well, I wish they had, the mine clearers and all that. That would have been fantastic. But
yeah.
I mean, maybe as the game progresses on, maybe
One
next
day.
year, I'll be able to do a proper, full scale D. This might just be testing the waters. But for people who've been following my cinematic stuff for a while, they know about my one called Call to Honors. Now, there is actually an Easter egg in this for the main bad guy that's in my 40-minute long feature-length film. So
That's what I thought
would
this was
suggest-
part, like, because I thought that what we were talking about. You're making a much
Oh
longer
no!
one.
Yeah, I'm making a much longer one, but this is kind of a mini one just to
Okay.
celebrate the D-Day landing sort of thing.
Okay, I get it.
So I'd suggest you watch to the end, and then you'll work out who is who for the people who've been watching my stuff closely. So
All right. So, all right, guys, we're about to watch this, and I put up.
by the way, make sure you turn it up because it's done for surround sound and it's quite bassy as well. So
I'm turning it up, and here we go.
Nageln sie fest! Feindliche Panzer!
Let's go! Company moving up. I want that courtyard taken now. Flank round. Fire!
Ich habe einen! Ich habe einen!
Target that goddamn tank destroyer right now.
Ladeschütze, 3739er.
Roger that. Flanking now.
Feindliche Panzer, 12 Uhr.
Hallo? Ist da wer? Hallo?
Fire!
Lichtschütze, zieht auf den Panzer auf 11 Uhr.
Get that goddamn 88!
Yes, sir.
Ziel zerstört. I need help! Gunluck's been hit! Fire! Flank him! Flank him! Flank him! Go! 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 Go!
Feuer! Warte schneller nach. Er ist auf unserer Flagge. Los, Turm nach rechts.
Shoot! 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 Flank him! Flank him! Flank him!
Er ist auf unserer Flagge. Los, Turm nach links. Schneller, schneller, schneller.
Keep moving! Keep moving!
Oh, Scheiße. Hilfe! Brennen! Alle Mann raus!
Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free. I am my heart's only owner.
Panzergruppe Richtung Oberkommando. Berlin sind gelandet. Brauche Unterstützung. Hallo?
Cause now wildfire is raging deep inside, and my heartstrings are pulling like the
Was it the the last part? Was that the yeah? Explain it. The tank thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I like the video. Like I'm just
Good
more
job.
impressed by, you know, this being something you record in War Thunder. Yeah, I saw somebody make the comment, "Where's the soldiers?" Well, this was recorded in War Thunder. Like this is, you know, the budget. Come on. And no. Okay, so I'm gonna assume now after we talked about this earlier that none of the sounds are from War Thunder, but they're actually added.
None of them. It's all sounds been redubbed by me.
Yeah, because you were in it. I could hear some of that was you, right?
Yeah, well, obviously, it's kind of... I was using that as testing because I obviously, if you don't test things, you don't know how they work. I mean, I just chucked in some voiceovers to make it feel a little bit more completed, considering...
I mean, I knew one of the German words, which is Scheiße. That's basically shit. It's
Yeah,
like, oh no,
because
Scheiße.
it was more of the fact that we wanted to get a load of really professional voice actors in, you know, get it all done really well. But considering the way that it went down, that I couldn't then get those replay files, it was kind of like, well, it's kind of now buggered the whole thing over. So, you know what? Well, I'm just going to use this as an experiment for myself.
Yep.
And see how it went. But it didn't come out too bad.
Is the video public?
Video. No, not yet. No, it comes out on June 6th. That's why it's early access.
On June 6th, guys. On June 6th. Stay tuned. That was an early premiere.
If you ever need a voiceover, WeBe, don't hesitate to give me a shout, bud. I can help you with that. You do a good job.
Oh, dude, Pax does the. He's a voice actor for like 10 people. He can do all the characters. What I'm saying is you're good at voices, Pax. That was a compliment. He's just sitting there like, whatever. All right. What's next on the list? On the topic of features that we've been talking before we did Jingles Watch, before we watched a movie, we talked about features that we want to see in the game. We've been going through sim battles back in main game section. We touched on game voice comms, how that could be done more globally, Twitch selection, basically how they could do more things on Twitch. Rewinding player system, altitude callouts, tank smoke flares, proper reflection sights, scaled grid locations, dive sirens, all those things we've touched on, and some in more depth, some in less depth. If you haven't watched that, then that will be in the VOD on YouTube beginning of next week. All right, what's next?
All right, so next on the list, putting your head out of the cockpit when the canopy is open.
And feel the
right
air
now,
through your hair.
opening up your cockpit.
That sound effect needs to be there when you do that.
Mouth on the window.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, exactly. But no, because right now, opening up your cockpit gives you really no major benefit.
Oh no! It's entirely unnecessary.
it's just static right now. And the point of opening your cockpit and stuff like that is obviously you can put your head out the window and look at like the color of the exhaust, the flames coming out of your exhaust, for example, to see if you're burning rich or thin on your fuel mixtures.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Gaijin's done that much level of detail. I'm going to be completely honest. That's
also on this too about fuel mixtures.
I mean, looking out of the cockpit, I think it is more work than you think because they have to make it so you move the camera.
No, it's not that bad. It's the way they implemented TrackIR in the game, they literally put the TrackIR ball when you have your TrackIR programming software to change your parameters.
I
they
guess
took
maybe
that
you
ball,
only have it in sim then.
They shoved it in the cockpit, and they haven't added limiters. Is what they've done, except for like just the border of this extended ball, and that's it. Hence why, if your reflection sight is not centered in the plane, for example, like on 109s, where it's a little bit off to the right, if you turn your head around with TrackIR, you can see better out the right side of your plane compared to the left side because the ball is not centered in the plane. They haven't done much work with it. There's work they can. There's tons they can do. They could add things so that way when the cockpit's open, it changes the parameters of the ball so that your head can go farther left and right, actually putting it outside the cockpit. They can do it. They can. They just have to put the effort down.
Okay.
That's all they got to do. It's actually not that hard.
All right.
Yeah. Next one. In-game config changer. No need to select via games directory. This one has been a long requested one for a lot of people. People who have different setups for a HOTAS, a mouse, a Xbox controller, or maybe you have different keybind steps for arcade compared to RB, compared to sim. Right now what we have is that you have to go to a little button at the bottom, click a file folder, it tabs you out of the game, you're inside a game directory, find that config file. There is a little bit of infrastructure work they could do of where you never have to leave the game and you can see a list of all the configs. It pulls the configs from your main games directory, puts them in a little window inside the game, a lot like the replays, because the replays are pulled from your game directory into a little browser or a little pop-up window within the game that you can look at all those files. I'll even show you which ones are corrupt, which I wish we could roll back on, which we've talked about already. But they can do the same thing for configs, of where a little window pops up and it shows your configs. You click it, you say yes, and you're using that config, instead of having to be actually all tabbed out of the game to do this every time.
I agree.
Wouldn't that be simple?
Yep.
Yep.
I can't argue against that.
Exactly. Next one. Jet events. They need to do more of these more often. The game has been out for a long time.
Korean War.
Yes.
Where is those, right?
So many. There's a lot of guys who want to get jet games. It's hard to get jet games. Put
Events
it in an
would
event.
help.
Set the limit of playing. Yes.
What happened to Moscow?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Wait,
they
what?
don't do it that
What have I
often.
missed?
Don't you remember they made this massive fuss? Oh yeah, we've done this really high level, like highly detailed version of Moscow. Okay, where are the jet battles? Where's the Cold War era stuff?
I don't know. Like a long time ago, they did do jet.
I want to fly a Vulcan on Moscow and do its job.
Uh-oh. Politics. Controversy. I don't know.
I don't know. The game has been. There's so many guys who are rank 100 now. A lot of people have jets. I'd love it if they would have it so that you could do these events and have selected planes for that. Even tanks. Why not? Obviously, there's some tanks that are kind of in that era, and get more of those going.
Hey, I have jets. I don't want to use them.
You don't want to use them?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I have fun in jets.
No, it's more like, of course I want to use them. I'm not that far down them yet, but I know what you're saying. There's a lot of people that have so much of the jets, if not all of them, and
I have them.
and have the. I mean, yeah, like because people do talk about like sometimes it's very difficult to find jet games, and why not just make specific events for it then, like help them a little bit. It's it does help. The events help because people then kind of what's the word? Well, they go to one place.
Need to update events as well with the newer aircraft that have been implemented. Because I mean, it's all well and good having a Po-2 in the Korean War event against MiG-15s, but what if an entire team goes Po-2? Or sorry, against Sabres.
Why not?
You never know. The irony, they'll probably win as well because Sabres will go too fast and rip and can't hit. It could happen.
It could.
I'd like to see that. Flight of the Po-2s.
Light of the Night Witches. Yes.
The Night Witches.
What is rank 100 flare?
Rank 100 flare. This was more of like a light, loosely one.
Okay.
And when I say this, I mean like just when you're in game and you press tab, there's like a little general star beside someone's name, just so you know the guy's been playing the game for a long time. It's
maybe a decal.
I'm not talking Call of Duty pristine here and dumb shit like that. I'm just saying besides just going to the guy's profile and seeing the rank 100, there is no other way to know that someone is an incredibly experienced player. Well, there is. It's like commander of the whatever. I can't remember what it's called exactly.
Commander of the Air Force.
Master Commander Russell Crowe. I don't know what they call it exactly, but
I like Russell Crowe.
It'd be neat to have a little bit of flair behind the fact that you are level 100. So obviously you've been around for a bit. You grind up to that level. Little flair. I mean, if a feature like that never made it into the game, I wouldn't cry or scream or like that. It was another little frivolous thing that they could potentially do, just to be like, thanks for playing our game a shit ton. There you go.
I mean, it could be a decal that you could smack
even a
on
decal, a rank 100 decal you can put on your plane. Why not?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if maybe like the what do you call it? The titles.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You can do it that way, or you could have a sign maybe next to their name while they're flying.
Yeah,
because that way you're up against
golden nicknames.
Golden nicknames.
You'll be like a target for everyone. They're like, oh, this is 100 guys.
You do get Mouse makes a point. You do get like 1,000,000 lions when you hit rank 100 as a
god damn it! I need to get there.
I'll go for 1,000 golden eagles.
I'm slowly getting there. Oh god. All right. And the next one I really want. Like I need that yesterday. Come on.
Bomb collision models while in flight / dropped.
I want to drop a bomb through the canopy of an airplane.
You know what I would do in my swordfish if that I would be dropping torps on planes. It would be so fun.
Or even tanks, like just to see it go floom. just to scare the shit out of them. They don't know.
Yeah, I thought. Maybe it's a little bit tough for like network-wise to read all these collisions, and there might be bugs that come with it.
I think it's a performance thing. Honestly, unfortunately, it has to be a performance reason.
Because you've seen people too where they'll dive and they'll drop a bomb and then they'll pull down more and they'll go through their bomb because they're beating it, driving it. I can see people all of a sudden killing themselves a shit ton.
I would find that hilarious.
I think
I would love that.
It would make you think before you did something with bombs. Like, are you in level flight? Are you a dive bomber? Can you do this before you drop bombs, or are you going to blow yourself up? There might be potential for collision problems of where just you have a bad packet loss, whatever, and you drop the bomb. It doesn't register right, and all of a sudden it's in your plane.
there was a timer. So after about 5 seconds of the bombs being released, I know, because then it would defeat the point of the object of dropping bombs on planes, wouldn't it? So
well, 1 second. I mean, like you're talking 5 seconds. It's just enough, like even half a second. Click, and it's just far enough away.
Yeah, click, then active. Yeah.
But maybe it is too taxing. But yeah, nonetheless, why not? Next list. This is the one that kind of goes with the night lights, night vision lights.
Night lights.
Night fighter. Night lights. The night fighter radar.
Oh, it's a little Luftwaffe like to have the little night lights next to them while they sleep.
Oh, I see Farad. This is Ready Tinty. I see you, but you cannot see me.
I can't do voices, guys. It's just these two guys doing it. I'm sorry. I can do Swedish.
Look, Hans, look at the little night light. Oh, it looks fabulous.
Alltså, jag skiter i det här. Jag går till Ikea nu. Så det är...
So
look, it's got a little pattern on it.
The guide has been rolling out a lot more night missions lately. For the longest time, we've been getting very little night missions. Like, you get 1 out of every 100 games. And you're like, holy shit, it's dark. But they've been... Recently, I've been getting a lot more night missions. I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing a lot more night games.
Yeah, they might have screwed them up a little bit.
They've talked about this briefly.
I tuned them, like, more regular.
They've talked about this briefly in the past of where they want to do something with the night fighters. There's a lot of planes there that had radar. Night fighter radar. ME-410s, for example, right? You also have these tanks that have night vision, basically.
Also, RAF Bomber Command, please. Night, please. Please.
So why not? For example, this can affect all modes in different ways. If it's a night map and you're in a night fighter in arcade, the enemy's name comes up quicker compared to other people or at farther distances because you already have radar in arcade. Yeah. But to give them an advantage, if you're in a night fighter on a night map, you might as well have enemies' names pop up from a farther distance. Like if it's a really cloudy or hazy map, like you have to be really close within the clouds to see someone's name, right? But if you're in a night fighter, you can see them farther away because it's a radar-based system, right? Yeah. You can do this. You can do that same type of thing in RB, and then if it was SB simulator, give the night fighters an actual what arcade and RB get is a little radar, and it blips out enemies' positions. So you actually have radar.
Yeah, I like it.
If you have a radar-based plane, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
A guy said, in the 2+ years I've been playing War Thunder, I've been in 2 night maps. I believe that. Like that might be true.
This week, like 6 of them at least this week.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, tons.
Yeah, I was in a tank night battle. That's really good fun.
Oh,
especially
it's scary. The flashes on the hills, like boom, oh shit.
It was on that. I can't remember what it's called. The forest map, the new one that's the town, but it's massive. It's bigger than Kursk. Literally, the entire enemy teams were flanking round each other in circles without knowing who's who. You know, it was great.
Hurtgen Forest.
That's it. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, I'm talking about my game experience, but it was kind of like there was a tiger platoon that were just advancing at the town, and then you had the ISs coming through, and then there was like a Panther battalion off on the hill flanking around, and nobody knew they were there.
I guess you could say the gameplay experience was like night and day.
Oh,
fun!
I'm just like I would love. Yeah, I'm imagining that in I guess RB or Sim, right? Because you know that in arcade would ruin a night battle in tanks because you would so easily know who's a friendly and who's not a friendly. But that's what I think. Night battle in RB tanks. Holy shit! Yep, that's what I want to see.
All right, next. This is a spotting thing, more or less, plus a visual effect that.
So it's an engine thing, like it's game engine thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's based in the light department, dynamic lighting and stuff like that. Cockpit shimmer. This is where light reflecting off of the cockpit glass, depending on angles. This is to help spot planes that are against the ground, for example. So if you're up high and you're looking down the ground, and depending on where the sun is and a plane is, if it hits the cockpit on a certain angle, it ends out a little light shimmer in your direction, right? With bouncing light toward you. And you'll see that little off his cockpit, that little beam of light. And this is just to help kind of find enemies near the ground if they're in that particular situation. You're looking at the ground, all of a sudden you see this little blip of like shimmering light from a certain angle for only like a brief second because then the light does no longer bounce toward you. Boom. You saw an enemy right there. It's just something that, because we already in the game, we have visual aid on the ultra low end. of where they are pretty determined to have it so that you can turn all foliage and things go off and you can see things better through foliage because you're running on ultra low. This is something that, like, if you had like the option to actually have like self-reflecting light on the ultra high-end specs, you could toggle this on and boom, you have shimmering cockpits, things that reflect off the cockpits to make spotting a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I agree. I like. It's very nice.
It's very nice.
It's very, very few of the things in this list that I don't like, so they should just get somebody to just work off this list from top to bottom.
This one really only affects Sims, so I don't think it would actually work.
Cleaners?
I thought it'd be kind of cool
Kleenex?
if it went across the board as cleaning the plane. Like, it makes the plane look pristine. But
Gip.
canopy cleaners. Crew points that go toward getting rid of the dirt and smudge on your cockpit glass or your plane.
I would love that. I would just love a pristine Spitfire.
Well,
Silver chrome Spitfire. I would pride myself on that. I'd never fly out.
Right now, there's no point to this right now. Like, they have all this dirt and smudge on your cockpit glass. There's scratches and stuff, which are absolutely fine. But you can go already to livewarthunder.com, and this guy, I'd have
he makes them clean, doesn't he? Yeah.
If someone could please link his Live War Thunder in chat and give him a shout out here. But he's done pretty much every plane in the game, custom skin for clean cockpit glass. It does not get rid of the scratches. It does not a cheating tool, but it gets rid of all the dirt and grime in the corners and the middle and stuff like that. So it looks like someone actually took a bottle of Windex or something and actually cleaned these damn cockpit glass.
That's kind of funny.
I thought it'd be kind of cool to add it. It's just an extra thing. Like, it's just maintenance. It's a maintenance type of thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be crew so much, but I mean, it could be just, I don't even know what it'd be. Like, the minute you spade it, all of a sudden, it's like, congratulations. You have
or maybe you could do it, with the pilot visibility. That could come under that.
Or you got bang. Yeah, visibility, keen vision or whatever, and just as you go, the cockpit.
Not keen vision, clean vision.
Pun to roll.
Clean cockpit glass. I like the before and after shots too. It's like, here's how I cleaned the window, and
No.
I was thinking that all the time for this. I was sitting like just in my head hearing no.
Next one, fire out of the exhausts. It happens. It does when you start up. There's a roar.
It's coming in.
What's that?
They've mentioned it's coming in soon. TM.
Obviously, they should. I mean, this kind of goes with also sticking it out of the cockpit as well. The fact that you can actually see if you're burning too rich or too thin on the fuel, blue flames or orange flames. It's in there. When you look out those exhausts on a plane, you should see blips of fire coming out the exhaust. Put it in, guys, and get it done. And even tanks, why not?
Yeah.
Mad Max. Flames.
I want flames coming out my Tiger exhausts.
Jesus Christ.
Doing wheelies. This one's for tankers. Nation-specific scopes. When you're in the scope mode.
Again, they've mentioned they're working on it.
They are working on that. Good.
I remember them talking about it.
That's a big one for me. I think that you should definitely be looking down. Anyone who wants to know what they kind of look like, Google Red Orchestra tank battles and look at the scopes.
Red Orchestra.
And look at the scopes in that. That's a prime example of how you do it right. Right, and Red Orchestra did a bitchin' good job. Bitchin' good job. Absolutely, 10 out of 10 for Red Orchestra for being a shooter.
Like even the I-44 mod in Arma 2 has it.
Yeah,
and
that's
a mod.
Come on, get your shit together. All right, so here's this one. This one's from Eisenhower. Labeling crew slots, which this is my part of it. This part, labeling crew slots. So you have your crew slots across the bottom here, and let's say I designate the first three to fighters, and I designate the next three crew slots to bombers.
Yeah. I've been wondering why this hasn't been in for years.
So that way, when you're like putting in a new plane or something, you don't know which crew slot you put the most into, like gunners, or you put more crew points into ground or whatever like that. The ability just to put underneath your crew slot, label it fighters only or fuck wolf line or something like that, where you can label the crew slots so that when you get a new plane and unlock it, whatever, you know which slot to put it to quickly and effectively, instead of having to open up the crew tab and then cycle through your crew slots and find out which one had the most points toward like 8 gunners or something like that. And that way, as quickly and effectively, you can put the next vehicle or tanker plane in that spot effectively. Eisen's suggestion was buying more presets, because right now you can get up to 8 presets for your crews at the bottom there.
Or what if it was a premium unlock?
Sorry?
What if you did it by premium? So, for example, you come as standard with 8 preset slots, and if you buy a premium, you get another 4 or something.
Yeah, he was saying like one just for like 50 gold eagles or 100 gold eagles, something like that, you can buy additional presets so that you're not just stuck with
like you can the crew slots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you like, because Eisen puts it,
How many
he has
presets can you have? Did you say
8. 8. Yeah. So right now in the game, like Eisen, for example, he bases his presets off BRs.
Oh, okay.
BR brackets. So let's say you have, let's just not even do BR. Let's just even just do tier. So you have 5 tiers of planes, 5 tiers of tanks.
Yeah.
That's 10 presets. That's 2 more than what you're allowed right now. Why not just, if for monetization fee, you can buy more presets for people who actually care about that, because then they can quickly, effectively select, I want my 5.7 BR tank line of tanks, right? Boom, your presets up there. Why not? For people who want to give a little money toward the game to have that more OCD-ish, like just, I need to have my 5 line. Like just let them have that. Let them have that option.
Mad gaming.
Gaming. Preset. All right.
But
self-explanatory.
labeling crew slots, because I've been annoyed that I can't just put a label saying this is my bomber crew, because sometimes I forget which one it was.
You can rename them.
Not the crews. Like not
oh,
the
sorry,
crews.
I'm talking about presets.
Yeah, the presets. Yeah, but like, labeling the crew, like give them a freaking name.
I would call mine Boris, Gerald, Nigel.
Maverick.
I'll give them all pilot name. Maverick.
Winston.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Winston. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm.
Patrick O'Neill.
Where the hell is that?
York.
Like, let me label those crews. All right. What else? Put a spade emblem inside the player's
beside
name.
the player's name again. This idea kind of comes across so that you know that that guy is in a spaded plane. This would affect more RB/AB, particularly AB arcade battles, because let's say if you and the enemy are both in LA5s, and you're not spaded or not finished upgrading the modulas, and you see that he's got a spade beside his LA5s, the LA5 name comes up, and you see a little picture of a spade logo. There's a spade. You know that he's going to have a subtle advantage on you. So you choose your engagements more wisely. It's just a way to show that that yourself or your counterpart has completed all the module unlocks for that particular aircraft or tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So if you come across a Tiger and you see that he has like a spaded mark, or a better example would be the Walker Bulldog, and you come across a Walker Bulldog and you see he has a spade on there, he probably has a good chance he's got Sabo rounds.
But at the same time, I'm the one who does not want that, because I don't want people to. Because I guess it's down to like, oh, it's unrealistic. Like I don't know. Maybe it isn't. I don't want you to know what the others have. It's part of the game a little bit to. I don't know. I like not
to guess
knowing.
your enemy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you know what you're coming up against, you're gonna know how to combat that. I guess in a way.
Which some people might like. Like some people obviously that's the reason why you
it will
want
balance
it in.
easier.
No, but that's why some people like, why do you want it in? Well, obviously, so you know, oh, I see that guy, he has a spaded vehicle, I'll probably play
I'm gonna
like
avoid
this.
him or whatever, yeah,
whatever. But, I kind of want that mystique, or just like, not knowing everything.
Is he a good player? Is he a bad player?
Right,
How upgraded is his vehicle? Yeah.
No, I prefer not knowing if you have an aced vehicle.
Element of surprise. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And the thing is that,
yeah.
If it was something, it wouldn't be something that you could just uncheck an unlock and it goes away. Like if you keep playing with that and you unlocked everything, there's no way to go around it. Like the minute you've finished it, even if you start
Everybody
unselecting
knows you
modifications,
have,
you still
all
have
the
that Spade
shit,
logo,
yeah.
so you can't hide it.
No,
You'd be
can't.
stuck with it.
Yeah, so no, please don't.
It's the price you
I
play
definitely
sort
do
of
not
thing.
want that in. I just want that to be a thing.
Just a suggestion.
I never even
probably,
I never even
I
think
kind
about
of
it.
agree with you on this one.
I never
There's
even
an
think
idea
about
of
it.
where it would be like a dynamic thing in arcade of where, oh shit, he's in the exact same plane,
Yeah,
but he's
but
spaded. But then now we're talking a
never-
situational thing.
Yeah,
like, right?
and I never even reflect upon. I wonder if he had a fully ace plane or tank in my games. I never even considered that. I never even think about it. It's just, oh, it's that tank. All right, like I just, I don't-
S3.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if he has, you know, I don't care if he has parts so he can repair or not. I'm still gonna kill him. It's,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Here.
All
Okay, this is something kind of like that again, but on the ammo end. Out of ammo icon beside the name of the player for planes and RB.
yeah, no.
Friendly only.
Friendly only, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
duh. Listen, you're not gonna see the enemies out of ammo.
I was like, no.
He's just gonna pick on them that way. And
Exactly. No, this is a way that you don't have to do. There's a lot less needed chat in game to let people know that you're out of ammo or something like that, because it does happen. You do run out of ammo in RB, but you do see player icons and names like that. This is a way so that if you're just in the fight to distract the enemy and you're out of ammo, people know you're out of ammo.
Yep.
On your team.
And
I
they
see
don't
what-
rage at you. Yeah.
Exactly. They're like, why aren't you freaking firing? If they see that bullet icon on
Well, I'm
the
sorry,
name.
but I don't have any ammunition.
Exactly. It's just a way to get to the point a little bit quicker.
How about you come over here and help me
And
kill
while
the
you're-
guy? Yes.
Exactly. And while you're in a dogfight, you're not typing away like crazy. So, I mean, like, it's just a way to quickly say to your team, I'm out of ammo, but I'm here to help. Right?
Yeah. No,
Until
I
it
like
gives us a
that.
chance to
It's
get away.
basically
I'm here for mutual
they
support,
basically
you see.
have the
Exactly.
feature in where they put something next to names now, because now they have, you know, the skull that he was the one who killed you. And
I like that. I like that.
Oh yeah. Because I hate
It makes the top player more challenging. Well, it's good. You know why it's good? Because there's people out there that are just they're good at the game.
Yeah, they'll be getting
curb
20
stop.
kills right in arcade, and
So-
everybody will have. He will be the one with the skull for everyone.
Exactly. It adds he's already doing amazing.
Yeah.
He's already at the top of the leaderboard,
Yeah.
but now it gives people, if they choose to get rid of that skull.
Yeah, if they choose to get revenge,
And
right?
he becomes a valuable target. So it just, if anything, it adds a more of a challenge to the guy who's already doing an amazingly good job. Everybody wins. I mean, the people who go against an idea like the skull system like that are people who are just like, no, I don't want people to know that I'm doing good. You know, I mean, like, and obviously,
No,
anybody can
I-
press tab and see like, holy shit, that guy's killed
I
a lot
mean,
of
you
people.
don't have
Let's
that
go
in
get him.
RB, do you?
In RB?
Yeah. Do you
The
have
skull?
that?
I have no idea. I have no
well,
idea.
No, it is. It's in it.
It is?
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but you still gotta spot him
Why?
to get that
Yeah.
skull then, I guess. I mean, it's not like it's like always
Well,
there.
it makes no
Actually, no.
sense. It makes no sense for it to be in
Oh,
RB.
I just thought maybe
Because
right.
you're
You have
dead.
it.
You can't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
I think those
actually,
are
oh
RB
yeah,
tanks.
of
I
course it's not.
apologise.
Yeah, I
RB
just now.
tanks.
Okay, okay, because I was like, yeah, wait, in planes it doesn't make
I
sense.
have an idea.
You have?
What if instead of in aircraft RB, instead of this skull, what if they had an icon to maybe say ace? You know, a certain
you get
player
5
that's got
kills?
5 kills within that game. You know he's a dangerous player. You know
I
he's a
guess
good
maybe.
player.
Dude, hold your tongue. That's the next one.
No, it's not.
MVT, most valuable target. Someone on the
MVT.
enemy's team who is on a kill streak or a massive point streak. You get a little bit of a bonus taking them out.
Not MVP, but MVT.
Yeah.
No, gotta call him Ace Pilot.
Or ace, whatever. But I mean, that was the next one right on the list right here. Was
Someone
that
on
if
the
there's
other team
someone
is on a
out there
kill
who is
streak.
on a massive point streak because,
So it's basically the
For
same
example-
as the skull, but it's.
for example, if it's a bomber up at 6,000 meters and bombing everything, and no one's paying attention to him, all of a sudden, bloop, his color of his name
Maybe just-
changes,
maybe
or he
just-
gets a little thing beside his name.
Yeah.
You know
He's
they
worth
actually
a
need that.
little more points. Yeah,
Maybe just have it on the guy. Have it on the guy
the
who has
little
the
light
most.
bulb. The little light bulb.
Just
You know
have
what
it on
it
the
is,
guy
you
who
know
has
what
the
it is.
most points, something like that, I guess.
There's that guy in the B-17 bombing the map, and all you hear down it because it would be everyone would hear it at the same time, even himself go ding. Oh shit!
It
I
would
like how
make
a guy-
that guy worth a little more points. I personally would like it if it was worth a little more points, taking out that top guy. It's a little like, yeah, I got him. You know what I mean? And for the guy who's playing really good, he's like, he gets a little nervous. Like, oh shit, everyone's after me. You know,
I could just.
I usually don't get that nervous, you know, being top of the leaderboard all the time. It's more like, you know, I'm used to.
I know, but can you imagine the comedy sketches? Because you know what, it's gonna, if that happens, it's gonna turn into a meme. There'll be that one bomber guy, and it's just a ding, mine.
Yeah, mine.
I'm already,
You just have that
you know,
arcade
WeBe,
train
I'm
of
waiting for
people
that
ramming
YouTube
each
video
other,
where
trying to
you,
get it.
where you, yeah, make that in War Thunder cinematic.
Now, here's
gonna be a
one.
thing.
Here's
I
one
want
from the
Bye.
Yeah, like just, dude, a bulldog just drives by, and after it chases, I don't know how many other tanks, like, a lot of Shermans, like mine.
Yeah, Germans, mine.
Mine?
It's just a tiger tank screaming its head off.
There's that one German running away. 999.
No. Instead, it's a Walker Bulldog going off, and it's just a load of Germans going 999.
Awesome. No,
That's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing.
You gotta make it.
Yeah.
Next one. This is for arcade guys.
Choice
Why
for a
don't we
game to...
give them-
Yeah. No, okay. I know.
Go ahead, Scream. You can say it.
Yeah, alright. Because I know me... Okay, I speak for both me and Adam when I say we would like to choose which type of game mode in arcade we don't want to play. Like, we want to remove one or two. Like, you know, drafting. Like, we just... You know, if there's 5 different ones, could we please select which one we don't want to play?
If I have a bunch of bombers in my lineup below, I don't want to get shoved
Air
into
domination.
a domination map.
Yes. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And if I'm doing a bunch of fighters and stuff like that, maybe I don't care which I'm in. But if I really enjoy playing domination, I'll select domination only.
Yeah. The
arcade group has enough players. You could do this.
This is so easy.
Realistic.
So,
Get rid of Operation Hokkaido.
Or perhaps map even. Like you could, like if we're talking realistic or sim maybe. Well, sim not. They need every game they can get. But if you in realistic, you could maybe choose which map you really don't want to play. But at the same time, it's not that much. But in arcade, where I don't know, we have hundreds of thousands of players, a few at least. Strong, and it's just that we would be happy if we could at least select, just make it one. Just make it, which one do you not want to get? Like, so you don't, like, dilute, just, you know, piss on the entire matchmaking, but at least, you know, remove one. And you know what? Imagine the statistics Gaijin would get after running that a month, right? Like, which game mode does the most people deselect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What can we drop if they had to drop something?
Exactly. It would be interesting. So... I mean, maybe just try it out.
Give it maps as well. I would like to do maps.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, in arcade it doesn't matter. I think.
Would have Korea. That's about it.
Oh, you mean that's the one you want to play only?
Berlin and Korea.
Korea and Berlin only.
And Moscow. Put Moscow in the rotation, please.
Somebody said it is in rank 3 and lower.
Yeah, but why is it not in Jet? It makes more sense to be in Jet.
No.
I guess the idea behind that is that you can always do custom battle on any map that's already in game.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, but because Jets need more maps than Korea and Hokkaido anyway. So
in due time.
And it makes sense. It's Cold War.
But definitely, just like you can select servers, why not just make it so, at least for maybe the arcade tab, that, you know, which game modes do you not want or do you want? Maybe do you want? I don't know. Like something like that. Just try it out, guys, and see what happens, right? Maybe give us the option to select which one we want to queue up for, and look at the stats after that, and you'll see which game modes are mostly popular. I would like that.
Now, this next one's a big one for me. Armor deformation. Strength weakens over time. Excessive under-penetrating rounds. This is how metal works. This is how kinetic smashing works. Let me explain.
Okay.
So you understand what this is about. So, in certain game modes, certain whatever, back when Sim Tanks was around and they had radar and stuff like that, it was this game of where you were just looking at the radar, waiting for an enemy dot to appear, then you look up and actually look at the game. You look at each other, and may the guy with the most thick armor and biggest gun win. Basically is what it ended up being. This would add an element of where even the most underest of underdog tank or whatever has a chance of winning a fight. If, outside example, if you're at a shooting range and they have metal targets out there, they're meant to be hit, make a big ting noise, stuff like that. But when you shoot it over and over and over again for a long time with lots of guns, it melts the metal to eventually the point of where stuff is going to go through because it's pushing metal around.
It's warping it, yeah.
Warping it, deforming it, structurally making it weaker in certain points. So if I'm in a Tiger E or whatever, Tiger H, and let's say an M16 or M13, which they never meet, 50 cals, was shooting at a Tiger, it would take almost every 50 cal round on the thickest part of a Tiger before it might have a chance to even get near penetrating it. But the point of it is that if fired at long enough, depending on what caliber it is, eventually it would go through. It would go through. It would deform enough to go through. This gives an element of chance for people who are under-barreled or under-calibered to still penetrate something even if they don't get on the first shot. Second shot, third shot, fourth shot, fifth shot, sixth shot, 10th shot. They deserve it if they had that many shots on a tank on a part of it that they can't pen.
As long as they hit consistently in the same area.
Yes. If it's on the broadside armor on a certain panel and you whack it like 10 times, it decreases its armor value by like 10, 15 points or whatever, to the point of where finally your shit's gonna go through that point. You've penetrated your way through that area through attrition, through just mowing down the metal, which does happen. It does happen. That's how it actually happened. Like if I'm in a 20 millimeter whirlwind and I'm smacking the front end of a jumbo Sherman, and I destroyed its barrel, whatever, eventually my shells are going to, those 20s are going to mow their way through that metal. Eventually. It'll take a lot, not a little. It'll take a lot. It does take a lot, but eventually it will.
Yeah. What's the name of that tank? Is it? I always mix them up. The Russian one with the big ass turret. Is it KV2? The one with the huge cannon, the huge cannon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I was in that one at the very beginning of Ground Forces once it was out, and I kid you not, it was probably over 50 shots. Like I was in the entire match. Sure, they broke my tracks. I couldn't move. I was repairing it all the damn time, but it was like pring, pring, pring. Like I was just taking shell after shell after shell after, like it was. I was actually shocked at how, I mean, this tank doesn't perform like that nowadays at least, but it was early of Ground Forces. It was definitely something not right there, but like that would just, of course that would never, like you say, after like 30 shells to like, I don't know, one side, like that wouldn't be a whole day. Like, yeah, right? Like, that doesn't work. Like, it's just eventually physics will take over and it will break.
They don't have to like visually model it. They don't have to do that. They don't have to go the more
I see what you mean.
Lines,
of
but
course.
Just change the values over time.
Yeah.
So eventually it will go through. I mean, the kill cam thing is going to show.
Give it durability, maybe durability. Durability?
Yeah, I've got a good idea. You know, when you go into the X-ray view in tanks, what if like a heat map? Yeah. What if all the panels were kind of so it would go from light green to it's doing all well, but as in like particular splodges, wherever the tank takes shells from.
You see like a section of where this has been really hammered.
This has been hit, and it will go like, it will change shade. The more it gets hit to really dark red.
Soft
and
spots.
Then, but the technology for that, now we're getting into really detailed shit. Like,
not really. No, not really.
I mean, you're asking for like where the shell hits, it will like that spot. Because what they have now going on is that you'll hit the I mean, just the tanks are modeled in let's say plates or like parts, like they give them different values. They don't have that super high detail.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Okay, for example, if you were looking at a Tiger side on, right?
Yeah.
Or an angle, when Tigers angle their front armor so the shell bounces, yeah.
Yep. And that's a math formula in this game, like the
exactly.
probability,
That's normal.
The probability of it bouncing.
Yeah. Well, what if instead, when you're looking in, you wouldn't see it in normal view, you just see your normal tank, but when you press X-ray, if you pan the camera around, it would show. It's really hard to explain because it's imagine like a spray can, right? What a spray can would look like on the side of a tank.
That's what I mean. I mean, for the engine to do all that work, where
it already has bullet marks that penetration shells that hit. That's all I'm asking for, but it's just an area that is coloured.
The calculation for that, I think it would be easier to just to the already existing like the way the tanks and damage is done right now. Like if they could just add the value of like each armor plate or whatever it is, like where they have a chance of penetrating. If they could add what we're talking about, like a durability value that you didn't pen and you were hit by this shell. You lost 10 out of a value of 100 maybe, and what that does is that it changes the percentage, the probability of the next one maybe going through, right? And the lower that value gets, the more likely it is that something will go through there, right?
Yeah,
I think I think that would be a good balance, striking realism into not having to develop this entire what I think would be like a physical calculating device kind of engine. Because I don't think with the engine and damage model as it works right now that is likely. Because the reason War Thunder is very, very realistic is because they've added a lot of math to the engine and a lot of values that it works with. It's not particularly you were hit at this particular spot. It's more like you were hit in this area. But yeah, the game obviously knows where you penetrate. You have the kill cam and all that. But it's not like it actually. It's more like
at the end of it all, it's not about a health bar system or press. It's about weaning down. It's almost like basically an armor/shield system of where you're amalgamating into it so that you can get to the internals of where you actually do the damage. That's the base pound of it. It's not about making this into a health life system. It's about making this into a structural integrity depletion system.
Yeah.
To the point of where you can get in there and actually start taking care of what the things that disable the tank, the vitals.
Anybody who thinks that this has anything to do with hit points at this point,
I
think missed the beginning of the conversation. No, it definitely. No, I'm talking about how they would make it seem realistic that after many, many, many hits at one place, it would eventually penetrate. Obviously, yeah.
It would be hard to do, but I'm sure with enough time and effort it'd be possible. Well, then again, you say that, but the way that bombs make craters,
which isn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Jones, Ark,
what do you reckon?
Sand across it so you can see that hidden bridge. Yeah.
What do you reckon if maybe for just for I doubt it would be a very good idea for low end, but for high end, I'm pretty sure it'd be fine that maybe visual model wise they just slowly warp it. Maybe
I don't know. I don't like the craters that happens right now. I really want there to be a crater.
Oh no, I would like there to be. I'm just saying for a visual effect because it doesn't matter if there is that hole there, but just so that's where you're being hit at constantly.
Bump map.
Oh,
yeah, a bump map. Thank you.
Okay, I see what you mean.
All right. Well, I think we've beaten this one to death.
It's a very, very good one.
It is. I think it's gonna be a great thing. It add a little bit more to tanks.
War Thunder.
So it's not like you come across a tank and be like, I'm fucked. Like you literally cannot do anything to win at all. Zero.
Yeah,
no chance.
yeah. If you
have
like, no chance of penning.
I can't even pen. It's like treads. Yeah. Like, I can't even do shit. It gives him that chance of like, I can maybe do something.
Yeah, but this is obviously
another tank was fighting him. And
this is obviously War Thunder is already selling on realism. Like it's already the one of the main pulls of War Thunder. Even though in arcade it's like we're more realistic than our competitor, And it's I think the whole I'm gonna call it durability of armor. Is or the metal, the durability of all the metal and all the armor is something that is we don't have that right now, and it would be really, really interesting to see that in game. It would just add even more to the layers of realism this game kind of pulls off. I like it. Please add that somehow. All right.
All right, so next one. This one's a small one, niche-y kind of thing, whatever. It's more of an immersion thing or whatever. jettisoning the external fuel tanks on planes.
Soon, TM.
Yeah, they said they're going to do something about like, because obviously the Hellcat has it, the Nikki, the N1Ks are supposed to have it.
Also, the option
Mustang.
to add fuel tanks.
Yes, and the option to add them too. They are a weight consumption thing, but just for like if they do this World War mode, whatever it's going to be, if people want to go out there,
if you're going to need it big time,
might as well add it, right? Exactly. So that one's quick, easy.
It's an external fuel tanks, yeah.
And they've already talked about it, but just it's a reminder for everyone out there that something with fuel tanks is going to happen eventually. So there it is.
Yeah.
This one, I don't
What
know
is
the
this?
full fleshed. I don't know the full fleshed out details on this, but the premises behind it is ranked as in like main battle, whatever, co-op mode. So
it's versus AI.
Yeah. So
okay.
PvE.
let me explain this. So obviously, you can already do custom battles. You can do the campaigns with friends and battle it out. The idea behind this is that you can do this, but also gain a little bit of RP in line at a much lower rate compared to main competitive mode. And the stats that you take from the custom battle, for example, killing planes, does not go to your kills in your stats. Like it does not amplify your stats. So if you go to your player card, your service record, and you look at how many air targets destroyed, it will not add to that. It's only going to take the RP in lines from it. But this is just a way for people who don't want to fight against other players all the time, can play some of these campaign missions. Like they have the Pacific campaign.
Yeah.
Like that was actually pretty fun. I'm amazed they haven't done a campaign since the Pacific campaign.
You say that. I don't know if any of you were around at this
Doesn't the
point,
campaigns give you rewards?
There was a long time ago. I think it was removed in patch 1. Either 3.1 or 3.5. Pre that, you could actually go into online matches with Mission Editor.
Oh.
Do you remember when you go into Mission Editor to make like a cool cinematic with B-17 formation versus something like 262s? You could actually do that online. So you could make your mission, and then you can invite a load of people in to fly with you. But they removed it for whatever reason.
Huh.
Don't know why, because I was really annoyed, because
Yeah.
obviously you can have this massive Heinkel formation, like, I'm going to go have a laugh with my mates in a load of Spitfires and shoot some down. You can't do that now. Don't know. I have no idea why they removed it. It was probably one of the best things.
I mean, obviously, you don't want to make if you add a feature like this to co-op, you don't want to make it to the point where people are just going to go do that to gain RP in line.
Oh, no, but you get the idea.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's for people who just either A, want to get better at a mode, like people want to get into sim better, co-op would be a great place to kind of get your feet wet, of where you're still gaining at a less rate, but you're playing with your friends and you're learning the limits of your plane in a kind of more controlled environment. Where you're going against bots, it gives you a chance to try learning how to attack bomber formations. You can do more things in this mode too, where you can have really like huge bomber formations and all this stuff and attacking convoys. It would add a little more variety compared to your usual in-game, here's team A, here's team B, circle jerk. You know what I mean? Like it gives you something a little different to try out. There'd be a little bit of hashing out with it, but
I mean, one tiny thing I would want to pick on as well, like you, it's very, very small, is I want to see, I don't know how you would explain it, but an actual sense of immersion and life on airfields. I don't know if you notice, but when you spawn in an airfield, you look around, where is everyone? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
okay.
I mean,
am I defending Malta solo?
Already, yeah, exactly. In game, there is already infantry. There's infantry in the game. They're running around. They're very small and they're hard to spot, and they don't draw in until you're really close. But they are there. There's the artillery positions, the convoys and trucks. There's shit happening on the map, but there's nothing at your base. There's the AA batteries with guys on them, but there's like no little dudes sitting in the hangar having a cigarette or whatever and stuff like that. I mean, this is not an important thing, but none of these things have been critical. They've just been ideas.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And that would be kind of cool to have just a little bit of like, holy shit, I'm in a very active environment.
Because
immersion. That's immersion.
Even because obviously you spawn on a particular place on an airfield. You spawn on that main runway. Maybe even have people repairing a Spitfire off to the side, or a fuel truck going up and down. It's little tiny things.
If you ever played IL-2 Battle Stalingrad, you actually have to taxi to the runway, and while you're doing that, you see a line of planes that are underneath, like gillied off little nests where they're getting repaired. There's fuel trucks over on the side. There's a flak battery. You have to go around a corner to get to the run strip. You feel like you're going toward, like, okay, I'm about to take off and enter the fray of where you're going across this getting battle-ready line. A lot of movies always do this, of where you're going through the helicopter, you see all these people sitting down, reloading, and shit like that. You know, it's that build-up to what you're about to get into. And, I mean, I could see potentially Sim maybe doing a taxiing thing, right? It'd be kind of neat to do a tax thing. Not that it's needed. This is the lightest of.
They would need to adapt airfields a little more.
They would have. I mean, the way it is right now, you just spawn in line with where you're going, right? There is no aircraft carriers. They have people on them.
They actually do.
Not that active.
Like waving. Woohoo! Go!
I said, sure look good.
Go for the Emperor. I mean, they do have that on the aircraft carriers.
So I guess the aircraft carriers did get personnel and nothing else.
But no, there's something they could implement for sure, and you can turn it off if you want. If it's just too many things to be drawn on your screen. Next one, offline mode. This is for we watched this video. Earlier. Yeah, basically roll back of replays. Yeah, we talked about that already. So automatically, we're on the last two things, by the way, gentlemen. We're actually 50 minutes over time.
I know you want to get this through.
We can finish these two and we'll be done.
Yep.
This one is so important to me. This really affects me hard, and people are trying to get into Sim who do not want to buy a joystick. You play with mouse and keyboard, you're using a virtual joystick. There's the biggest daunting problem with this. Yaw. When you torque, shit like that.
Oh, I see what you mean. I was thinking,
besides your mouse, there is no other progressive or gradual axes in the game. It is on and off.
Yeah, you mean like if I use keyboard and I want to roll, I click A, right?
Ramping
it just,
keybinds.
Yeah, and it just does it like whoa.
So to explain this to people in chat, ramping keybind means when you hold a button, and let's just say for example that button is attached to your yaw. When you hold that button, it'll change the yaw from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it'll ramp up the speed and degree. What that means is that you can have gradual yaw through pressing a keybind.
It's basically making it
just to make this clear. This is the rudder for people who don't know what yaw is. I don't know. Yeah,
rudder. Your little horizontal movement like that, rudder. And the point of it is that when you let go, it gradually goes back down again, back down to 0, so that you can sit there and tap the button and keep it on a certain rudder point.
Yeah,
it's kind of like trimming for rudder.
Kind of like trimming for rudder. Exactly. Thank you. And this way, you can keybind it. You go in there, and basically you change it to a ramp mode. You can set how fast it goes up. You can set how the speed that it goes up to. Like it goes from 0 to 100 in this amount. You can add an S curve to it. People don't know what an S curve is. That's ramping, of where it's a gradual start at the beginning, and then it goes quickly up when you hold it for a long duration. And you have it so that you can tap it on a certain rudder point. This will help people for taking off, so they're not fighting and hitting that one button. Of where you have to basically, you're sitting there tweaking and jerking your plane to the runway. This way you can kind of fixate on a certain rudder position, and you can change it yourself. This would be a huge benefit to people in Sim mode who don't want to buy a joystick yet. And also, I can see people in RB and stuff like that utilizing this too for certain things, or where they want to have a keybind of where they can ramp up a positioning of a certain plane. They can make custom configs again, stuff like that. Ramp keybinds. They got to do it. Oh, they have to do it. Just for the people who don't want that joystick.
I like that idea.
Yeah, basically, you're trying to make a button act like a analog stick or trigger on a controller. That's basically what you're trying to do with what you're talking about. Because you know,
kinda.
No, well, it is kinda. Because it's the closest thing you would get, because if you're using a controller like this, like my 360 gamepad here, and I just turn the stick a little bit, I'm just getting gradual turning or yaw or whatever it is. While on a keyboard, it's like you say, it's from 1 to 10, boom, instantly, and it's...
Yeah, the point of a ramping system, though, is that it doesn't stop wherever you stop. It goes back down to 0, so it's just, you're holding, it goes up, a little bit faster, let go, it goes back down, hold it, up again, down.
Yeah.
It's like this bobbing thing of where you can kind of keep it at a certain position, but it'll eventually want to go back down to 0.
And some people would, enjoy that control scheme better than...
Actually, Blarg makes a good point in chat. Some people have joysticks, but they don't have any feature for like rudders. If your stick doesn't have twist, this gives them their rudder.
Yeah.
For people who don't have twist sticks.
Yeah.
I just thought of another good use. What if you're in a bomber that's damaged? It's rolling particularly to one side. You can set that rudder and stay there, so you can let go of the controls and focus on your ailerons.
Boom. See? You see the benefits of this? Like, it's huge.
Yep. Yep.
It could fix so many situations for people. Oh, all right.
Because I'm pretty sure you would be able to in real life, wouldn't you? You would be able to set, or maybe, well, as a co-pilot, the co-pilot
especially if you didn't have
rudder.
trim. If that certain flight, if that certain flight control did not have trim, at least because then you would, as a pilot, just sit there and slam on that and hold it there.
Yeah.
Right? Why not give the keybind guys that option of where they can slam it into position at a certain point? But remember, you still have to kind of like work it. You can't just, you have to hold the feature, right? You can't set it and forget it. It's the point you still have to interact with your plane, but you can
to a
have
certain extent, but it's not as intensive. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then last, not least, I think this would be kind of cool for people who don't like having their game cluttered up with things. Discrete HUD.
Yeah.
Priority HUD. What this is, there's certain things that have to be on screen all the time that are beneficial because they're always changing. Altitude, speed, stuff like that. Things that don't need to be on, like other games do this, like DayZ does this, Battle Stalingrad does this, a lot of games do this. Certain HUD elements only pop up when they need to pop up, and then they fade back out, respectively. Ammo
that's
count
a good way of doing
is a good example. Why do you need to see the ammo count if you're not firing?
Why can't we adjust the size of that font up there? Like why that
The
would
transparency?
be transparency? Because
Basically,
I would
yep.
prefer that rather than the popping. But
Oil
you know,
temperatures. Oil temperatures. You don't need to see it until it starts going yellow.
oh yeah,
You know,
yeah, just
I mean,
more
why
options,
not?
I guess.
Just something
maybe.
that hides.
Yeah.
The big flashing,
You know
put your
that's an
gear
option.
up, put your flaps up in the middle of your screen. Put that somewhere on the side, make it blink, sure, but just get it out of my fucking face. That's right in the dead center of the screen. Shit like that. Just showing where your flaps, when you click the flaps, have a little logo on the side of your screen that just shows flaps down, and then it fades away. Click it again, flaps up, fades away. Little things that just pop up when you need to know it, and that's it, and they go back away and hide until you need that information again.
Yep, I would
Boom.
agree. Boom.
Boom. And that wraps up my fucking list.
And that was a guy was just asking which is the topic today. It was PAX fucking list. that should have been the title.
PAX's Christmas list.
PAX wish list.
No. To be fair, listening through this list here,
Yeah.
this is a compilation between my ideas from Reddit, ideas from the forums, an idea from Eisen's-on-Yer, an idea from Scream is on here, an idea from WeBe is on here. This is a list of. This is just a compiled list of things that are not the most evident ones, the big ones in the community right now. Obviously, we all know the big ones, the BR things, the bomber problems. We all know those. This is a list of the little ones that didn't get enough respect or enough highlight to really dive into, and that just a chance to voice those ideas.
I mean, if we could get 5% of those on that list into the game within like the next 6 months, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it's a pocket list of ideas and suggestions that either I've had, WeBe had, Scream had, Eisen had, random people from the forums and Reddit and stuff like that. Of just
there's
these
no
cool
theme
ideas
here.
that could be sweet, but they're definitely not priority.
No,
but they're
there's no
ideas
theme.
that would just accentuate the game a little bit better.
There's good things for Sim, there's good things for arcade, there's good thing for Twitch. There's no theme. There was just like a whole bunch of good interesting ideas. So if you came late to the podcast, it will be under I guess it will be under post broadcasts as soon as we go off. It will be highlighted on the channel, and it will be up on YouTube Monday, Tuesday, sometime around. Oh yeah, probably by Tuesday.
Soon
Remembering
DM.
how long I work on Monday. 11 hours go. I'm gonna be home at 11 p.m. Yes, it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, the YouTube video will be up on Tuesday. Because I'm off on Tuesday, so that's awesome. Thank you, as always, PAX and WeBe for a second time in a row. I guess you were the, what do you call it? You were the sub for Adam?
I am Adam's replacement.
Yeah, replacement. He'll
Average
come back.
WeBe.
We're like, we don't need you anymore. We have another British person who's much lovelier than you. Fight. All right, that's gotta be awesome. No, Adam should be back by next Saturday. Actually, he's been away out of town, so he's gonna come back during next week, and most definitely likely by next Saturday he will be back. And yeah, again, thank you, Pax. WeBe, you guys can find WeBe. It's so easy. Just search for him. We'll put a link eventually in Twitch chat there, but go search for WeBe on YouTube. He makes videos. 6th June, come the cinematic D-Day movie that we watched earlier comes out. We had a sneak peek premiere of that. If you want to see that again, you either have to wait until June 6th or watch the past broadcast and find it. It's just after Jingles Watch, so in the middle there somewhere. All right, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure as always.
Love you. I love you.
And that makes me scared. All right, good night.